Row 18, plot 20.
Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. Today is Dollar Tree Theater, and for the month of January 2023, I've decided to go with a theme. And this theme for the month is Got Wood. Got Wood? So what I'm doing is movies with the word wood in it. I, for some reason, was flipping through all of my Dollar Tree DVDs and Blu-rays and noticed a trend of several movies with the title wood in it. Hopefully, this won't be a flop as some of the themes I've done in the past. Unfortunately, this first movie, A Night in the Woods, it's really, really horrible. It's really bad. It's a 2011 film. It's 1 hour and 22 minutes. It gets a 3.7 star rating on IMDb. And it's just so bad. The director and writer are Richard Parry. It stars a small cast. Scoot McNairy plays Brody Cartwright. Anna Skellern plays Kerry Hastings, and Andrew Hawley plays Leo. So the basic premise of the story is Kerry and Brody are in a relationship. They're in the UK, so trigger warning if you don't like seeing people drive on the wrong side of the road, because it happens. So Brody and his girlfriend Kerry and their friend Leo go hiking in Dartmoor's Wistman's Woods, so named because of its legendary haunted past. That night, jealousy, sexual tensions, and strained relationships come to a head, turning what should have been a peaceful camping adventure into a trip of terror as collective paranoia reaches a fever pitch. It becomes clear that there is much more darker forces at work in the ancient eerie surroundings. Who or what is after them? This movie, I watched it on Tubi, so if you're a Tubi Tuesday fan, this counts. It's also on Freevee, Fossum, Plex, Vudu, and Zumo, and that's a lot of places to find this for free. It is a found footage film, so maybe I'm just, I have found footage fatigue maybe, and this film wasn't as bad as it was for me or for you. If you're still able to watch found footage and not kind of lose track or whatever, after Blair Witch and like VHS and maybe Wreck, I don't know that I can watch found footage anymore. And this may have been the movie that's reminding me of that. So that little synopsis says that Leo was a friend, but really Leo is Kerry's cousin. At least that's what she tells her boyfriend, Brody. There is some shenanigans going on, and Leo really isn't a cousin, but he is a former love interest of Kerry's, and she's ballsy enough to like invite him to go on this little camping trip with Brody and herself, and it's just kind of an odd setup. And we get a tragic travel montage when we're first being, you have to adjust. I had to adjust to the quick cuts of found footage, like you get the warning at the beginning, like this is the footage that was edited together to tell the story of these missing persons, blah, 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 blah. They've never been seen again after they went into the Dartmoor's Wistman's Woods. This is their story. Dun dun. But they they do like flashback. Once we get toward like the third act, there's like some flashback sequences that really would have been out of place if this were true, like edited footage from the police or whoever. But whatever. It's so slow. We get, like I said, the travel montage. We get to see Stonehenge, and we get to see sheep. Blue sheep. The UK has blue sheep. It's such a slow pace that it doesn't do the job that it needs to for us to care about Kerry or Brody, because at this point in the film we don't know that there's this other angle to this Leo character, and so the growing tension for me became more of growing frustration in why is this movie taking so long to get to the night in the woods. So then they end up picking up Leo and more travel. They stop along the way. They get the background stories to the urban legends of the woods and, all that, which is kind of typical. I don't mind that. That's kind of normal. And then it's just really slow. And then Brody kind of confronts Leo with footage of having seen Leo previously in their flat, as they call it, their apartment, their flat, and wanted some explanations. And Leo sticks to the I'm the cousin story, just kind of like tries to BS his way through. And Brody has not approached Kerry yet about this. For some reason he's holding on to that information. Gets a little slow again. They smoke some weed around the fireplace. Brody goes missing. It gives Leo and Kerry a little opportunity to have some hanky-panky, which they kind of start to do, but then they can't because she gets freaked out. There's like some stuff going on. Then Leo disappears. Kerry finds Brody's laptop. She opens it. There's like a video message kind of a thing, a recording of Brody filming himself saying that he had planned on leaving her alone in the woods so that she could feel as isolated and alone as he did. Blah, blah, Crimea River. And then it kind of like ends, but then it doesn't. Then there's like, I don't know. It's like they were trying to build in the woods that suspense and that fear, terror of, being in the dark in the woods, kind of like Blair Witch did. Like if you were lucky enough to be old enough to have seen Blair Witch back in the day at like the theater, like for as much as it's played out now, originally that was pretty intense. Like that movie was suspenseful and tense for the little bit of what they did. This does too little and too much at the same time, where you're not invested in the characters. She's a cheater, so who cares about her? Brody's just weird, so who cares about him? Leo, he's the cousin who slept with her. Maybe he's not a cousin, he's a friend. Who knows what's going on? The unfortunate part is that Scoot McNairy is a recognizable actor. He's been in such great movies as Herbie Fully Loaded in 2005, Art School Confidential, and just a bunch of other stuff. Like he was in Argo. He's been in a ton of stuff, and I don't know that he's necessarily a bad actor. I just think this movie was really bad. It just really wasn't good. I wished he wasn't in it, because I've seen other movies with him that I did like, so I'm not putting the blame on him. But overall, this movie just really, really sucked for me. It's a bad way to start my January 2023 Dollar Tree Theater. I'm going to stick with the theme, though. Got wood. So stay tuned next week for another wood-themed Dollar Tree theater. Thank you.
So have your dream. Go on and sing your song. There's nothing wrong with singing out of tune. If people laugh and say your dream can never be, just think of